So today we are going to learn the class 8 maths chapter exponents and powers. Exponents can also be termed as indices. So now what is exponent? If m is a positive integer, then a to the power m equal to a into a into a into a up to m terms or times. Here a is called the base and m is called the power or exponent or index. So plural of index is also called indices. So that's why we can interchangeably use the term indices or exponents. Example, a to the power 10. So this means a is multiplied up to 10 terms. Another example, 5 to the power 3. This means 5 is multiplied up to 3 terms. One more example, m to the power 4. This means m is multiplied up to 4 terms. Square and square roots. What is the square root of 16? We know that it will be 4. So 16 can also be written as 4 into 4, that is 4 square. So 16 is the square of 4 and 4 is the square root of 16. So square root of 16 equal to 4, that we already know, which can also be written as 16 to the power 1 by 2. So square root is equivalent to the 1 by 2 as the power. So 16 to the power 1 by 2 is equal to square root of 16. So here 16 is the base and 1 by 2 is the index. Then comes cube and cube roots. What is the cube root of 8? We know that it is 2. 2 can also be written as, it should be 8 can also be written as 2 into 2 into 2, which is equal to 2 to the power cube. So 8 is the cube of 2 and 2 is the cube root of 8. So cube root of 8 is 2, which can also be written as 8 to the power, this should be 1 by 3, not 1 by 2. 8 to the power 1 by 3 is equal to 2. So 8 to the power 1 by 3 is equal to cube root of 8. So again it should be 8 to the power 1 by 3. So here in this case 8 is the base and 1 by 3 is the index. Now let us learn the different rules of indices. Rule number 1. A to the power m into a to the power n is equal to a to the power m plus n. Rule number 2. A to the power m divided by a to the power n equal to a to the power m minus n. Rule number 3. A to the power m to the power n is equal to a to the power m into n. Rule number 4. A into b to the power m equal to a to the power m into b to the power m. Rule number 5. a divided by b to the power m equal to a to the power m divided by b to the power m. Rule number 6. A to the power minus m is equal to 1 by a to the power m. Rule number 7. A to the power 0 is always equal to 1. So that means whatever be the base, if the power is 0, that will always give you 1. Now again cube and cube roots. Same basis laws. Product law. A to the power m into a to the power n equal to a to the power m plus n. So here we can see that the base are same, so we have to just add the power. Though the topic here is given as cube and cube roots, but it is based on the previous laws we have learned. For example, 3 to the power 7 into 3 to the power 4. So here, since the bases are same, so we have to use the product law. That is 3 to the power 7 plus 4. We just need to add the powers. So that will give you 3 to the power 11. Now next example, 2 to the power 6 into 2 to the power 2. Again in this case, the base is 7, same. So that's why we have to just add the powers. So that is 2 to the power 6 plus 2. So which comes 2 to the power 8. Now coming to the quotient law. A to the power m divided by a to the power n is equal to a to the power m minus n. So here the bases are same. So we need to subtract the powers. So whenever there is a division, we have to subtract. And when there is a multiplication, we need to add the powers. So for example, 3 to the power 7 by 3 to the power 4. Here we have the same basis. So that's why 3 to the power 7 minus 4, which is equal to 3 to the power 3. Let us take one more example. 8 to the power cube by a to the power 5 is equal to a to the power 3 minus 5 equal to a to the power minus 2. Be careful about this step. Always the power, whenever we are doing the division, we have to consider the numerator power first and then we have to subtract the denominator power. It should not be a to the power 5 minus 3. So be careful about this step. Now let us come to some problems. Question number 1. Evaluate 3 to the power minus 2. So let us take a look how we are going to solve it. I will show you step by step. So here we are going to apply a to the power minus m equal to 1 by a to the power m, that law. So I am showing you how to step by step we can do it. So which becomes 1 by 3 to the power square. So which is 1 by 9. So this is the answer. Now another problem. Minus 4 to the power minus 2. So again we have to apply the same law. So minus 4 multiplied by minus 4, we know that whenever we are multiplying the same sign, that is minus, that will become positive. So that's why it will be positive 16. So 1 by 16, that is the answer. Now next question, 1 by 2 to the power minus 5. So let us take a look at the solution. We are again going to apply the same law. So now we are going to evaluate the denominator. 1 by 2 is multiplied 5 times, which becomes 1 by 32. So now we need to do the reciprocal of it. So we'll get 32. So this is the final answer. Now let us take another type of problem. Simplify and express the result in power notation with positive exponent. Minus 4 to the power 5 divided by minus 4 to the power 8. So let us take a look at the problem step by step, how we are going to solve it. So here we are going to apply the law a to the power m divided by a to the power n equal to a to the power m minus n. So here if you can check that the bases are same, that is minus 4. So minus 4 to the power minus 3. Now we are going to apply this law a to the power minus m equal to 1 by a to the power m. So this is the final answer. Now the next question, 1 by 2 to the power 3 to the power square. So here we are going to apply a by b to the power m equal to a to the power m by a to the power n, that law. So now we are going to apply this law a to the power m to the power n equal to a to the power m into n. So which is coming 1 by 2 to the power 6. Though it is written as minus 4 to the power minus 2, that is wrong. It should be 1 by 2 to the power 3 to the power square. So that there is a printing mistake over here. Now let us take the another problem. So minus 3 to the power 4 into 5 by 3 to the power 4. So here the powers are same. So we are going to apply this law. A to the power m into b to the power m equal to a into b to the power m. So here the bases are different and powers are same. So whenever we have bases different, powers same, then we will just multiply the bases and the power will remain same. So now a b to the power m equal to a to the power m into b to the power m. So we are going to apply this law. So minus 1 to the power 4 will always give you 1, since the power of any negative number will always give you a positive if the power is even number. So in this case 4 is even, so that's why it will always give you a positive 1. So the final answer is 5 to the power 4. The next question is 3 to the power minus 7 divided by 3 to the power minus 10 into 3 to the power minus 5. So let us take a look. Here we are going to apply a to the power m divided by a to the power n equal to a to the power m minus n. Here the bases are same but the powers are different. So I am showing you step by step how to solve it. This is the process you should follow. Now we are going to apply a to the power m into a to the power n equal to a to the power m plus n. This law. So which is coming 3 to the power minus 2. Now a to the power minus m equal to 1 by a to the power m. Since we have to make the exponent as positive. So that's why we have to apply this law, which is coming 1 by 3 to the power 2. So this is the final answer. Now next problem, 2 to the power minus 3 into minus 7 to the power minus 3. So a to the power m into b to the power m equal to a into b to the power m. So here powers are same but the bases are different. So now since we need to make the positive exponent, so a to the power minus m equal to 1 by a to the power m. This formula we have to apply. So this is the final answer. Now find the value of 3 to the power 0 plus 4 to the power minus 1 within bracket into 2 to the power 2. So we all know that whatever be the base, if the power is 0, that will give you 1. So 3 to the power 0 will be 1. And 4 to the power minus 1 means 1 by 4 to the power 1 according to this law. So now simplify the steps within the bracket first. You have to do the LCM. So the final answer we got is 5. Next is 2 to the power minus 1 into 4 to the power minus 1 divided by 2 to the power minus 2. So within the bracket, the powers are same but the bases are different. So we are going to apply this law. So now we are going to apply this law. So here, if you take a look, 2 to the power 3 to the power minus 1. So here basically we have applied a to the power m to the power n, which is equal to a to the power m into n. That's why we are getting 3 into minus 1, that is minus 3. Now we are going to apply this law. Which is coming 2 to the power minus 1 is equal to 1 by 2. So this is the final answer. Now next question is 1 by 2 to the power minus 2 plus 1 by 3 to the power minus 2 plus 1 by 4 to the power minus 2. So let us take a look how we are going to solve this step by step. Now first we are going to apply the law a to the power minus m equal to 1 by a to the power m. So first we need to make it the positive power. So 1 by 2, we all know that 1 by 2 means 1 by 2 to the power 1. So that means 2 to the power minus 1. So same goes for 1 by 3 and 1 by 4 as well. Now for this we are going to apply a to the power m to the power n, that is a to the power m into n. So I am showing you step by step how to solve this. You should also do it like this only. Now add it and you will get the final result. That is 29. Now another problem. 3 to the power minus 1 plus 4 to the power minus 1 plus 5 to the power minus 1. Everything should be within the bracket and then to the power 0. So in this case, since we know any whatever be the base, if the power is 0, then it will always give you 1. So we don't need to evaluate within the bracket part, because whatever be the value comes, it will always give you 0 as the always give you 1 as the result. Next comes minus 2 by 3 to the power minus 2 to the power 2. So let us take a look step by step. We are going to apply this law. Now we are going to apply this law. So it will be just the reciprocal. So minus 3 to the power 4. So as I told you earlier also, like any power, if it is a even number, then the any negative, if the base is negative, then it will always give you positive. And 3 to the power 4 is 81 and 2 to the power 4 will be 16. So this is the final answer. Now next problem, evaluate 8 to the power minus 1 into 5 to the power 3 by 2 to the power minus 4. So now first we are going to make 8 as 2 to the power cube. So in this case, we'll always try to make the power, any number, as in terms of a smaller number power. Now we are going to apply this law. Now in this case, the base are same and the powers are different. So we are going to apply this law. So let us evaluate this. And we know that 5 to the power 3 is 125, which comes 250. So this is the final answer. Next is 5 to the power minus 1 into 2 to the power minus 1 within bracket into 6 to the power minus 1. So now let us solve it step by step. First we are going to do the bracket operation. I hope this is self-explanatory. You can easily understand what is going on. Which becomes 1 by 60. So this is the final answer. Next question is, find the value of m for which 5 to the power m divided by 5 to the power minus 3 equal to 5 to the power 5. So now here we are going to apply a to the power m divided by a to the power n equal to a to the power m minus n formula. And if you check in both side of the equal, like left hand side and right hand side, the base is same, the powers are different. So we just compare the exponent on both the sides. So what we will get, m plus 3 equal to 5. So m equal to 5 minus 3, that is equal to 2. So the m should be 2. Now next question is, 1 by 3 to the power minus 1 minus 1 by 4 to the power minus 1. Everything should be within the bracket, and that to the power minus 1. So now let us solve this using this formula. It will be 3 by 1, just the reciprocal. So whenever we have minus 1 as a power, the number will be just the reciprocal of it. So now 3 minus 4 to the power minus 1. Which means minus 1. So this minus 1 is the final answer. Now 5 by 8 to the power minus 7 into 8 by 5 to the power minus 4. So here we need to do first a by b to the power m equal to a to the power m by a to the power n. Using the same law, we are going to split this. Now we can see that in this case, whichever is highlighted, both have the same base. So we are going to apply this law, and 8 have the same base over here. So we'll apply the same law. Now simplify this. So now we are going to apply a to the power minus m equal to 1 by a to the power m. So if I simplify it, 8 to the power 3 is 512 and 5q is 125. So 512 by 125. That is the final answer. Now next question. Simplify 25 into 10 to the power minus 4 divided by 5 to the power minus 3 into 10 into t to the power minus 8, where t is not equal to 0. So here t is not equal to 0 is very important, because if the base is 0, so we know that whatever be the power, it will always be 0. And if 0 multiplied by any number gives you 0, so in this case the denominator will become 0, so which is undefined. We know that we can't divide any number by 0. So that's why t is not equal to 0 is very much important in this case. So that's why it is mentioned. So 25 is 5 square and 10 is 5 into 2. Now we are going to apply this law. First we are going to simplify the t1. So we are going to apply the law in the base t and also with base 5. Now we are going to simplify it, which becomes 5 to the power 4 into t to the power 4 by 2. So it becomes 5 to the power 4 is 625 into t to the power 4 by 2. So this is the final answer. Now 3 to the power minus 5 into 10 to the power minus 5 into 125 by 5 to the power minus 7 into 6 to the power minus 5. So let us take a look how to solve this. So first we are going to split whichever is a non-prime number, that is 10, 125. These are non-prime numbers. So first we are going to convert it in terms of the factors of the number. So also 6 should be divided with, like 6 should be splitted into 2 into 3. So now we are going to apply the law. So now this becomes, now we are going to simplify this step. So we are getting this step. Now we need to apply this law with base 3, then base 2, and finally with base 5. So we can clearly see that 3 to the power 0 we are getting, and 2 to the power 0 we are getting, and 5 to the power 5. So we know that any power to the power 0 base, any base to the power 0 is equal to 1. So this will become 1. This will also become 1. And 5 to the power 5 is 3,125. So that is the final answer is 3,125. Now let us solve some exercise problems. Now let us take a look at the question. The question is that express the following numbers in standard form. So there is a big number with after decimal lots of zeros. So we have to make it in the standard form. So standard form, first we need to understand what is the meaning of standard form. Standard form means that before decimal point there will be only one digit. So the digit can be any digit from 1 to 9. So we have to make this number with that form. So let us take a look how we are going to do the standard form. So now first we need to tell how many numbers are there after the decimal point. So if you count, you will get 13 numbers. So we'll write 85 divided by, then after 1 there will be 13 zeros. So it will be 85 divided by 10 to the power 13. Now 85 can also be written as 8.5 into 10 to the power 1. So this is the standard form of 85. Now we are going to do the apply here the law of the exponent property. So the final answer will be 8.5 into 10 to the power minus 12 after applying the law, that is a to the power m into a to the power n equal to a to the power m plus n. So this is the final answer. Now let us take a look at the another problem. So here also first we need to count the numbers after the decimal point. So actually there are 14 numbers, 14 zeros after the decimal. It's total 14 numbers. So 942 divided by 1, then 14 zeros. So now we are going to write in the form of index 942 by 10 to the power 14. So now 942 can be written as 9.42 into 10 to the power 2. So here goes. Now we are going to apply the law. Again another law we are going to apply. So this is the final answer, that is in the standard form. Now this is another question, but there is no decimal point now. Now we have the number after that, many number of zeros. So this can be written as 602 into then 1, then the number of zeros. You have to count the number of zeros in the question and you have to put that. So now we have to count how many zeros are there. So there are a total 13 zeros. So 602 into 10 to the power 13. So now 602 we have to write it in the standard form, that is 6.02 into 10 to the power 2. So the final answer will be, now we have to apply the law. So the final answer will be 6.02 into 10 to the power 15. So this is the standard form the given problem. Now, another problem with decimal. Again, we have to count the numbers after the decimal point. So, there are 11 numbers. So, 837 by 10 to the power 11. Now, 837 in the standard form is 8.37 into 10 to the power 2. Now, apply the law. We'll get this as the final answer in the standard form. Now, another problem. So, we count the number of zeros here. Now, in the index form will be 3186 into 10 to the power 7. Now, 3186 in the form of standard will be 3.186 into 10 to the power 3. So, now you are going to apply the law. So, here comes the final answer, and that is in the standard form. Now, another problem. Now, in this case, instead of the standard form, we have to find in the usual form. So, the standard form is given, we have to find in the usual form. So, 3.02 into 10 to the power minus 6 is 3.02 by 10 to the power 6 by using the law. Now, this will is the final answer. Now, let us solve another problem like this. 4.5 is 45 by 10. So, here comes 45,000. So, this is the final answer. Now, 3 into 10 to the power minus 8. So, here in the solution, the question is written as wrong. This should be 3 into 10 to the power minus 8. So now 3 into 10 to the power minus 8 equal to, this is the final answer in the usual form. Now let us take a look at another problem. 1.001, this can be written as 10,001 by 10,000. Now this is a 10 to the power 9. Now let us cut the zeros. So now multiply this. So we are going to get the final answer as this. Now another problem. We need to convert it into the usual form. So 5.8 means 58 by 10. Now multiply this and write the zeros carefully. You have to count the number of zeros while writing. So we make sure that you are counting it properly. So this is the final answer. So these type of problems are very easy, but you have to be careful about while counting the number of zeros. Now here comes another problem, 3.61492. So this is going to be 361492 by 1 lakh and multiply it 10 to the power 6. Now cut the zeros. So this is going to be the final answer. Now next question is express the number appearing in the following statements in standard form. So again we have to write it in the standard form. So 1 micron is equal to, so this one we need to write in the standard form. So here we need to count the number of zeros, that is 10 to the power 6, 1 by 10 to the power 6. So 1 by 10 to the power 6 means 1 into 10 to the power minus 6. So 1 micron is equal to 1 into 10 to the power minus 6 meter. Now another problem. Charge of an electron is this coulomb. So let us solve this. We have to count the number of zeros carefully over here. So if you count it, you will get 20 total numbers after the decimal point. So 16 by 1, then 20 zeros. So it will be 10 to the power 20. So now 16 in the standard form will be 1.6 into 10 to the power 1. So now apply the law. So the charge of an electron will be 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. So this is the final answer. Now next question. Size of a bacteria is, now you have to find it in the standard form. First we need to count the number of total numbers after the decimal point. There are 7 number. So it will be 10 to the power 7 in the denominator. So the size of the bacteria is 5 into 10 to the power minus 7 meter. So this is the final answer. Now another problem, size of a plant cell is this. Now you have to convert it into standard form. Now first we need to count the total numbers after the decimal point. We have 8 numbers. So 1275 by 10 to the power 8. Now 1275 in standard form will be 1.275 into 10 to the power 3. Now apply the law and we will get the final answer in the standard form. So this is the final answer. Another one, thickness of a thick paper is 0.07 millimeter. So here the total numbers of the decimal points is 2. So this is easy to count. So 7 by 10 to the power 2, which is 7 into 10 to the power minus 2. So this is the final answer. Now here comes a word problem. In a stack there are 5 books, each of thickness 20 millimeter, and 5 paper sheets, each of thickness 0.016 millimeter. What is the total thickness of the stack? So each book thickness is 20 millimeter. So we need to find out total 5 books thickness, that is 5 into 20, that is 100 millimeter. And then each paper sheet thickness is 0.016 millimeter. So 5 paper sheet thickness will be 5 into 0.016 millimeter. Now we need to add the both the thickness and we will get the total thickness of the stack. So here comes 100.08 millimeter, and now we are going to convert it to the standard form, that is 100.08 will become 1.008 into 10 to the power 2. Here there is a printing mistake. So it should be 1.0008 into 10 to the power 2 millimeter in the standard form. Or if you don't want to convert it, you can write it like 100.08 millimeter. But in exponent, if you can write it in the standard form, that would be good. So at the end, the final answer would be 1.0008 into 10 to the power 2 millimeter. Now let us solve some more additional problems. So we'll discuss about those two. Now this question, express each of the following as power of a rational number with positive exponent. So we have to make the exponent as positive number. So first we are going to apply the law. I think you can easily understand this step. I am showing you step by step. So here comes the final answer is 4 to the power 3. The next problem, look at the steps carefully. Now do the reciprocal of it. Now apply the law. So 4 to the power 12 is the final answer. Now next question is evaluate this. So let us do step by step. In each step we are applying the laws. Now do the LCM. Then reciprocal it. Now convert this division to multiplication. We have to do the reciprocal of 3 by 2, that is 2 by 3. So here comes the final answer, that is 1 by 4. Now next question. So again we are going to apply the laws. Now we will do the LCM. Now this part again we will do the LCM. Now apply the law. So here comes the final answer, that is 30. So this is the final answer. So another problem, we have to simplify this one. Let us see how we are going to solve it. Apply the law. The final answer is 19 by 64. So now we have to write this in the standard form. So here comes 4 into 10 to the power minus 5. So this is the standard form. Now express the following numbers in usual form. So the standard form is given. We have to find the usual form. So 3.52 means 352 by 100. And then multiply the number of zeros. So this is the final answer. Now let us take a look at the another problem to find the usual form. Standard form is given. So 7.54 first. We need to convert it. So 7.54 by 10 to the power 4. Now if you do the conversion, you will get the final answer as this. Now one more problem. Let us take a look. So 3 by 10 to the power 5. So this is going to be the final answer in the usual form. Write the following numbers in standard form. So usual form is given. We need to find the standard form. So 216 into, then we have to count the number of zeros and you have to write it in the index form. Now 216 can be written as 2.16 into 10 to the power 2. Now apply the law. And this is the final standard form. 2.16 into 10 to the power 8. Now next question. Now here we need to count the number of total numbers after the decimal point. There are total 7. Now we need to write it in the index form. So 529 can be written as 5.29 into 10 to the power 2. Now I apply the law. And we will get the final standard form. So 5.29 into 10 to the power minus 1. This is the final answer. Thank you. I hope you understood the explanation of the entire chapter. So please subscribe to my channel to get more videos so that I can provide you more explanation on other topics as well.